The first 6 years of our relationship was toxic and codependent.
Now we'll get to the question that people really want to know.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I forgot.
Well, I know it's...
No, it's just in my head. I'm just 42 years old, so I forgot.
Wait, but there's one that's not a question. It's about, like, we're lucky that we have a partner.
Oh, I know what it is. What everyone's going to ask if we don't address this.
Okay. The first 6 years of our relationship was toxic and codependent. Before Kyle and I met, we both struggled with weight our entire life, and we also both had serious struggles with emotional eating. And when we started dating, we ended up going deeper into that to the point where we gained more and more weight and kind of got sicker together. And we were best friends and we had a beautiful relationship, but there were areas that were toxic. We were toxic to ourselves and each other. And the emotional eating, anything around weight and food, we were codependent and toxic. And so what we would do is everything we did was surrounded by food. All our dates, everything we did at night, like after dinner, we would watch movies, and everything we did was around food. And doing the 5-letter word that starts with a B and ends with an E that YouTube doesn't like us to say when we're trying to help people. And that was our life. Everywhere we went together, family functions, dates, at night, watching movies, everything we did was surrounded by food. And
I would say the number one question we get on this channel is you guys, or it's not even a question, the number one comment we get is you guys are lucky to have each other to go through this weight loss journey with. And I would agree with that now. We've been together, 16, 17 years?
It will be 17 years in October.
So the last 8 years, I have the best supportive partner that anyone could ask for. And I'm really lucky. The first 8 years of our relationship, we, like Nicole said, we were very, very toxic to each other. We were very codependent. We cared about each other, but at the level we were at, we were both so hurting and struggling that we kind of pulled each other in to our emotional eating, and it would be a back and forth. Like we would say, let's go for a walk.
And I would end up saying, okay, let's go for a walk, but can we go get chips? Or we would go, out somewhere and I would say, can we stop for fast food? Or, I remember many nights where we would go to the grocery store, we'd get snacks, we would eat them. And when I was done, I would say, I'm still hungry. I wasn't. It was emotional eating. I needed to keep filling to numb myself. But I said, I'm still hungry. Can we go to Taco Bell? Can we go to fast food? And
so my part then, like I would suggest, okay, let's park far away from the front of the store or the front of the mall. Let's park in the back. And Nicole would get really angry because both of our legs were really sore. I was 375 pounds was the last time I could weigh myself before I got the E message, the error on the scale. It wouldn't weigh me anymore. So I think I was closer to 400. And Nicole was 275.
275,
and both of our legs would be excruciatingly sore just walking a few steps. And so my part in the codependency and the toxic relationship part, where it kind of sounds funny, but I would always be pushing, we go on a diet, but I couldn't stick to the starvation diet that I would suggest. I would suggest, let's go from, emotional eating every day, eating way over in a surplus of calories, to like eating celery and plain tuna and chicken. And then I would get really I was really angry at myself. I was really embarrassed about my body and to the weight that I've gotten to the diabetes that I caused myself. So I would try to like overcorrect myself, and then
I would come along.
And then obviously that's set up to fail. And we would blame ourselves and be like, oh, we don't have willpower. We can't, let's, forget this, screw it. Let's go get McDonald's or whatever.
And it was a cycle like that. And then, he would come out with, and during this, like, I was going for therapy to work through my emotional eating, and I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. My weight was causing me so many serious health problems that I had sleep apnea so bad, I was stopping breathing 7 times a night and partially stopping breathing 84 times a night. Kyle was waking me up saying, Nicole, you're not breathing when you're sleeping. So I went and I got diagnosed with sleep apnea and I got a machine, but here I'm stopping breathing at night. He's waking up with acid reflux, gasping for air, and we're both getting, sicker by the day.
We both kind of believe in the soulmate thing. And it was so funny, like, as we got sicker together with very similar symptoms, but for different reasons. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night with acid reflux where I was like gasping for breath, and Nicole would be gasping. I'd be listening to her breathe to make sure she's breathing, and she'd do the same for me, but she had sleep apnea. And it was really weird how that like worked out. We'd
be up all night worrying about each other and not taking care of ourselves. And it was like a destructive cycle. We loved each other so much, and it was not intentional that we were affecting each other. But because it was codependent for those things that we were really struggling with, we ended up affecting each other even though we didn't mean to.
And so we wanted to make this video to kind of give you guys maybe a little bit of a blueprint about what it's like to be around family and friends or a life partner where you alone are trying to lose weight or you're both trying to lose weight. And those are some of the pitfalls we both fell into. So now we'll take it into how we actually stopped those patterns and lost 130 pounds each and kept it off for the last 8
years. Yeah. It was the first 6 years where we were codependent and toxic, 2 years where we were losing the weight, and then we've kept it off for the last 8. And what happened was Kyle was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And that day he said, this is it. I have to do it.
I went back to the exact same old pattern that didn't work my entire past. I said, like, the doctor's office was next to a Subway, and we were going to go for lunch. And after I got the news of the type 2 diabetes, I didn't want to eat Subway. So I was going to go extreme again. I was going to pull all my food. I was going to go on a crash diet. And Nicole saved my life in that moment. She said, let's eat a portion. Let's eat a half a sub each instead of a whole one. Let's still get the chips, but we'll maybe choose baked chips.
And we chose the small bags, the baked chips, and a diet pop. And Kyle saved my life that day, which this is going to sound funny, with the type 2 diabetes diagnosis, because my sleep apnea wasn't enough. I needed someone that I loved to be at risk health-wise. And that woke me up. Like, what am I doing? I need to be there for him, for Kyle, for myself. And that sort of got us on the path. And I only brought that up that day, let's eat in portion, because Kyle had been suggesting that. And we would try, but then we would fail. He would
and
say,
I would do kind of the guy thing and go extreme, like I've been saying. And if we could say like one word to what finally turned it around for us is balance.
Yes.
Because we both went extreme. We both said, the black and white thinking. We both were good because we stayed on a diet and exercised a lot, or we were bad people because we went off. And so we said, screw it. Let's just eat everything in the house. Let's go. So what fixed it is balance.
Portions.
Still eating the Subway, still eating the chips, still going out on dates. We also had to, like Nicole was saying before, we had to replace our history together with new activities, new things that we liked, new things that we looked forward to.
Yeah, we did new dates. So we did the same things, but like when we would go to the movies, we would order, we did like a video on like what we do for dates and stuff. we would order a small popcorn and a diet pop. You know, when we would go out to restaurants, we would order an entree and either split it or put half in a takeout box right away. We did car dates where we would go through a drive-through, order like a low-calorie burger and bring sides and have a date in the car where we would eat light Caesar salad, baked potatoes, and our burger from the, you know, we went to Harvey's a lot.
And that goes back to the balance thing too. One of the big blocks that why we didn't want to lose weight, I think we were both scared that we didn't even know each other without the emotional eating, without the weight. So we were kind of scared, like, what would we do? What would our days look like? Because it was all revolved around food before.
Yeah, but then we love watching movies together. So instead, though, of doing a lot of eating at night, we switched it to we have a diet pop and we watch a movie, and we can watch it presently now. We were talking about this the other day. We actually enjoy our time together instead of spending that movie time like numbing ourselves with the food. And where we used to go to the mall, it was all around the food court and what we could get, you know, at the food court to eat. Now when we go, and we would avoid the stores because we couldn't really fit in clothing. We didn't like trying stuff on. We really couldn't fit in anything there, or we would have to pay a lot to find something that fit.
It wasn't too much fun shopping for clothes, especially in Canada where we are. And back when we lost the weight, it wasn't really like now. It was like very restricted on what we could pick. So it wasn't a fun thing to go clothes shopping. So it was still about food, but now we make it about other things. We do our cardio at the mall.
Yeah, we do cardio there, and we go looking.
Shop at all the stores, not just like sometimes it's groceries, sometimes it's clothes, but anything we look at.
We go there for movies too, like, because we love movies and we collect them. So instead of doing the whole food thing, we'll go and treat ourselves to a movie to watch together because that's something we enjoy.
And we still go to the food court sometimes. Like we'll go to like the Greek food places and get the chicken salad.
Greek chicken salad. So we still go on dates, and you know, it'll be a treat. Like, oh, you want to go do cardio at the mall? We put in our hour of cardio walking around, you know, having fun together, looking around at stuff, and then we treat ourselves to a salad. So if you're, you know, watching this and you're like, oh, you're relating to some of the, you know, toxic codependent struggles that we had, you can turn it around. You know, realize that you're not meaning to do it. Look at yourself and see, okay, can we form a balance? Is there something we can flip? Can we rebuild like what Kyle and I did? Can we turn this around to something that we enjoy, not around food?
No. Now we'll get to the question that people really want to know. Mm-hmm. What's that? I forgot.
Well, I know it's...
No, it's just in my head. I'm just 42 years old, so I forgot.
But there's one that's not a question. It's about, like, we're lucky that we have a partner.
Oh, I know what it is. What everyone's going to ask if we don't address this.
Okay.
What if you want to lose weight and I don't, and I'm not supportive, and I bring in junk food, I bring in other food that's not on your diet, I eat willy-nilly all the time, and I don't exercise, and I don't support your journey? What do you do with a partner like that? Good
question. Well, we had it where we were trying to lose weight, and we were living with family members who weren't, and they were bringing in all of our favorite foods. Pizza, donuts, like I'm talking dozens of donuts just sitting on the counter. And at first, Kyle and I had to say, like, would you mind putting it away? Because we're having a hard time seeing it. And it was the out of sight, out of mind, and we just kept going about our day. But the thing was, sometimes the family members would forget. So we realized eventually we had to be okay with other people not doing what we were doing. We had to make a pact with ourselves. We did it with each other too, but mostly ourselves. Like, no, we're on this journey and we have to be the leader. Yeah. We have to go first.
Like when you're really serious, you're going to be driving your own car. And that's other than balance is the first big piece of advice. And then driving your own car.
Yeah.
Which being in the car reminded me of that.
That's smart.
If you choose to change your life, no matter what it is, you have to be the driver.
Yep. So, no matter what.
No matter what happens, we had to make pacts with each other. But if Nicole didn't want to do something, like we promised each other we'd go for a walk. And before it was negotiable but after, when we had to save our lives, it was non-negotiable. So you have to have kind of those things that are non-negotiable, and you are in charge of what you put in your mouth. You're in charge of your body. Like Nicole said, people can be kind of funny sometimes. They're very resistant not because they don't care about you a lot of times, but because they think they're going to lose you as a friend. Yeah. Or they think they're going to lose you as a partner if you change your life or change your appearance. What you can do is lead, and sometimes, a lot of times actually, they'll start to get interested. They'll want to keep up with you. If you're really enjoying your workouts, they might go for a walk with you. If you really start showing them, like me and Nicole make a lot of really good recipes that don't taste like diet food.
And we've had family say, hey, can we go for a walk with you? And we'll like meet up on our favorite path with them. You know, we've also had family members interested in our recipes, and we'll make them all go, whoa, like we can't even tell the difference. You have to go first. Sometimes it's not going to be comfortable. We bring our food sometimes to family events. Is it weird for us? Like at first we were kind of like, oh, maybe they might think we're weird or whatever.
It would be a little bit shy and a little bit embarrassed about pulling out our Tupperware of food.
With blueberries and stuff.
Because you do get comments like family members say, hey, aren't you going to eat? They might think it's rude or whatever.
Right.
But
we're saving our lives.
Yeah.
We had to save our lives. And you know what? We just went actually to an event on the weekend, and we brought our food. And one of the people at the party actually came over and said, hey, you know, we had seen them at other parties before, and this was the first time that they came over and said, hey, like, what are you eating? It looks good. You know, so if you keep leading and enjoying what you're doing, and they see you having fun, liking your food and getting results, they might get interested.
What we do also is sometimes we'll take, like, Nicole has a friend that bakes, and she'll say, not no thank you forever, but thank you, I'll take it home and freeze it for later when we have a cheat day or something.
Yeah, and actually, like, now people know, like, at work, they'll say, hey, do you want to take this home? Like, I know you're not going to eat it today, but you can take it for your cheat day. Or sometimes they'll say, like, do you want to take it for a family member? Because we have, like, Kyle's dad really likes sweets, so sometimes I'll take it for him. Kyle and I were so wishy-washy for so long with our family. We would say, okay, we're going on a diet. We're starting, and this is it.
So we couldn't really blame them because they're calling our bluff for like the last 500 times that we started a diet Monday morning and ended it on Tuesday night.
So when we said we're gonna start and this is it, we were tested. And, you know, we don't blame anybody because
we'll give you a prediction for your future too. If you're trying to lose weight and a lot of weight, or just change your lifestyle, me and Nicole call it testing.
Yes.
And you will be tested thousands of times a day by people will like spawn up out of the woodwork to test if you're serious this time. So just know that going in, that you got to be the driver of your car.
You have to hold strong and know that you're worth it. And for us, we were saving our lives, and we had to say, no, this is it. I'm taking a stand for me, for Kyle, for, you know, this is it. We're doing it. And we still get tested now. People will roll out the pizza or the donuts and go, hey, you want a piece? You want a slice? And we're like, no, sorry, it's not our cheat day. Oh, come on. So it never ends. You have to be you, lead the way, take the car. This is a car, apparently, not a wheel. Take the wheel and go. And you got this. You're worth it, the friends, and this is why we're doing it.
So to sum it up, me and Nicole are very lucky to have each other. We're lucky to have you guys, the friends, to be very supportive this whole journey on YouTube. And if you don't have anyone in real life, we're here. We're here online. We're your online friends. We're here. We might not be able to answer all the comments, but I edit the videos. But both of us read every single comment that comes in, but we just don't have the time to answer. But if you need to vent or get something out or
comments, do it. Just
comment below anything you want. You have someone in both of us online.
We're here for you no matter what.
And so to sum up the three pieces of advice from two people that have sabotaged ourselves, sabotaged each other, and then come out of it and cared a lot more about ourselves and about each other. Yeah. Balance. Mm-hmm. Drive your own car, and what's the third one? I'm old.
I'm old too. I would say draw a hard line. No matter what, stand your ground.
That's drive your own car.
That's drive your own car. We don't know what number 3 is, so there's 2. Balance and drive your own car. We're sorry we're old, but you got this. And it needs to be fun. My saying is, if you're not having fun, you're not getting it done. So you got to like it, and you just go. Believe in yourself and start. No excuses. It might be tough. It's not easy when people are testing you, but just know that you're strong enough and you're more capable than you think. Code Nicole for weight loss ebooks and HTLT subs. Do the sub thing, you know the stuff. We love you. We'll catch you in the next vid, cutie. Well, at least I will, and Seth will be behind the camera. Love you.
Let us know if you like this like podcast style, both of us talking in front of the camera. I'm not great like Nicole is on camera yet. I don't do it often.
You're pretty good. I would let him know how beautiful he was. Say, Sass, you were beaut. Sass, you were a beaut. You know, like it's a beaut, Clark, like National Lampoon's Christmas something. Just tell him you're a beaut. Love you. Peace. Catch you in the next one, cute. Peace. Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.